This process is about being who you are in the moment and discovering more about what wants to be said in the moment. And that is, a huge risk, is to come up and just say, what's here right now? How do I feel? What do I want to share? So it's a listening and allowing yourself to be listened by the group. So that's what brings people back, not necessarily a fear of speaking, but more of a discovering more about the voice that's inside and what it is you have to say. So a lot of people have had some touches, and some people have had a little, and some people have had none. But again, it's about allowing yourself just to have the challenge of being in front of a group of people who are all, you might think it staring at you, but actually what I'm asking you to do is to offer a gentle eye gaze, not a hard stare. And that means when you take a turn up here, you've got people whose eyes are always there. You could look anywhere in the room, and the eyes are always beaming a kindness. So that makes it different than most groups out there, where you are being judged or evaluated in some way. But here you get to practice just putting your body in front of people who've got eyes looking at you. But what's different is this one fact, is that you can trust, or you can learn to trust, that the eyes are steady, observing, kind, listening more from the heart. So it helps you be able to learn to listen into the eyes of people. You can begin to go, oh, those eyes lead me into a nice kind of sense of here, now, presence with a person. And so that's why we let go of content, because content may or may not be there when you're in front. So the listening is the first instruction to the group, to be able to feel this kind of quiet support for the person up front. No kind of judgment, just always paying attention. And that's one way, when you know it's going to be your turn, that's one way you calm yourself down, by going into listening. Not thinking about, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? How am I going to fill the space? Oh, it's almost my turn. And your body's starting to get that nervous energy going. Then just go, come back to now. Come back to listening, paying attention, paying quiet, total, absolute attention to the person up front. Always keeping your eyes up front on the person. So that when I look here or there, the eyes are kind of holding me up and saying, you're fine. And you don't have to do this either. It's the stillness that I think is what gives me the room to listen to myself even more. So when you are taking your turns, you can see that people are there. For the most part, people are there in a kind, gentle way. But what you've done in your seats is begun to train yourself to go, oh, I like that quality about that person. So that when you're up here, I'm beginning to train you how to look straight into somebody's eyes and not be afraid. Then you go, oh, look at the beauty inside of that person. Look at the, whatever it is that you are touched by. From up here, you begin to see qualities in your listeners, because they're silent, but they're present. And that's why silence is really wonderful, because then you go, okay, I'm paying attention to you, paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to you. You see how it's turned around totally? Speaking, you think, is about everybody paying attention to you. You get up here, and what you're doing is paying attention to people. That's the quality. So I ask you to really linger with this, staying with. This is the practice tonight. Really practice lingering. Because people here can tolerate it. Unlike out there. But I'm not training you to go do this out there. I'm just helping you go to break through whatever this fear is or this hesitance that you have, really engaging person to person, eye to eye. And then the third guideline is basically privacy, confidentiality. Try not to engage with people on break about their content. And when you're taking a turn or giving feedback here, don't mention anything specifically about the person or what they said, or don't coach, don't give advice, those kinds of things. Just allow. Did you hear that? Give space to people. Space to be and discover and change. And that's how you, that's the thrill I have about doing speaking circles, is going, yeah, from deep inside and holding you, holding each one of you. So, guidelines to the listeners, guidelines to the person up front, and guidelines around confidentiality and privacy. So the way you're listening in this kind of deeper quality for something, a quality that is what we call an essence quality that already exists. So if I didn't say a word, you'd probably think I'm warm. You know, you probably go, if I didn't say anything, I radiate warmth. I know that because I feel it now over and over, because I've gone through a transformation in speaking circles. I used to be scared, you guys, but now I know. I have such a huge heart, and I want to, gosh, it really touches me. You know, I really, really want to share what I've learned with you about being yourself and being fully expressed in front of any group. So when you listen to this essence quality, you could almost begin to start listening to that rather than the content. You know, you might get a word like warmth and just go, you're listening. You're warm. So at the end of the second turn, the reason why I'm saying that is because the second turn we ask you to give essence appreciation. Just raise your hand, 1 word, 2 words, about a quality that you've enjoyed about the person, not about their content. Just about a quality that you want to say, yeah, or wow, or awesome. Wonderful. You know, you just want to go, yes, a big, big yes to the person's essence. And this means 30 seconds more or less. When I do this in the back of the room, you have a 3-minute turn and a 7-minute turn. The end of your turn, well, at the beginning when I call you up, we applaud. But at the end of your turn, we also applaud, and it's mostly just feeling of yay for you and a gratitude. And what we ask is that, and this is hard for new people, to stay up here. Allow all the applause, the waves of applause, Look around and let the waves of applause come and stay here. And then take a deep breath. Just give me an applause and I'll model receiving all of my applause.